Alright. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. I guess the first thing I want to talk about is failure. Let me get this light. Try to get this line right. So, anyway, I'm going to probably preface all my videos by saying that the things I say or the things I talk about are not in braggadocious ways. They are not to gloat. They are not to say, I told you so. These are legit feelings. These are legit experiences. Then I feel like the details and the way I tell it may come off as gloating, but really it's not. It really isn't. So failure. Let's just start with the foundation. Failure has been with me since probably the day I was born. I mean, let's be honest here. I come from a mother father dynamic to where you know they didn't really breed success. They didn't really believe in it. They felt being in a small town. I was born in Hammond, Indiana, but was raised in Hart, Michigan. Spent the majority of my life there and stuff like that. And that being a small town, and unless you have money or the last name, you really don't get many opportunities. And so them knowing that, whatever dreams I had, like when growing up, I wanted to be a cop, and then I wanted to own a restaurant because my aunt would have had a restaurant. My aunt had a restaurant in Muskegon and stuff like that. So having dreams like that just they didn't encourage it. There's times where I wanted to be a writer, like write poems. I know at school I'd like do essays and win them and stuff like that. And my dad was like, why are you doing that? That's stupid. And so I had that mindset, right? I didn't have no confidence, so to speak. At that time I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I just like I'm just doing what my parents say, and you know, it's whatever. I'm just living through. I'm just going through life as whatever happens happens. Even though he would say, "Oh, Richard, you have potential. You have the charisma. You're smart. Why don't you, you know, try to achieve?" In the same tone, it would be like, "Well, why are you doing that? Stupid." So you see where it didn't make sense. Like I said, these are things that I didn't comprehend back then. These are things I learned later on in life. That I was just doing what my dad said because I feared the man, I feared my mother and stuff like that. So what they said went. And it wasn't. And as a young adult, it wasn't no success either. In and out of trouble, doing stupid shit. You know, just taking advantage of people being good to me and stuff like that. And I didn't care. I really didn't. What changed? First change came when first major change came in the aspect of failure is when MMA happened. When I joined MMA and I started fighting in the cage, stuff like that. I had the confidence leading up to the fight, but when the brights were light, I failed because I choked, because I felt insecure. I wasn't scared of my opponent. I wasn't scared of a hit. I was scared of disappointment. I was scared that these people paid. In the beginning, people paid money. Friends, family came to see me. Mostly friends. Mostly friends. Come see me, stuff like that. And I choked. I literally choked. And having 3, 4 fights. The closest to me winning was in Manistee, where it was a draw. That I mean, it was just a huge success. It's on YouTube. You can see I get knocked out. I lose. I mentally mess up by tapping out with like 2 seconds left, and just I was stupid, real stupid, right? And so going through the trial and tribulations of failure, messing up relationships, eventually becoming homeless, and then you know there'll be a part that I'm not gonna talk about right now. It'll be a later video. It'll be a later video that I'll talk about with you know about how far I took it, so to speak. Um, Things didn't start rolling until I worked at Applebee's and stuff like that, and I went from the start off as dishwasher. 3 months later, became a cook because in my mind, it was time for me to stop failing. It was time for me to, grow up, so to speak. I had at this point 4 kids. I had a woman that loved and cared for me. Helped me out, and I wanted to repay her for that. And so, I busted my butt to do what it takes. When I heard that, I started off $9 an hour as a dishwasher, and then when I heard about cook being paid $11 at that time, I busted my butt to get that position. And when the opportunity came, I took it and ran with it, right? And it cost me that relationship. It cost me pretty much everything to come home and have everything gone except for 3 or 4 items. That puts more drive into you and stuff like that. And it was another failure. So from that point forward, I tried to make her regret that she ever did that. Not go to her and say, "Oh, you're dumb for doing that." Just all right. You walked away from me. I'm gonna show you did wrong, right? And so that was the motivation. And then when I became a cook, I got trained by a guy that really, how should we put it, didn't really care, could give 2 craps less about about training somebody, right? I'd be like, "Hey, how do you do this?" And there's a book right there. Read that book, and if you don't understand that book, well, that's why they make managers. You go find that manager. I'm too busy to fucking train you. Alright? And so, and because I had developed that bad attitude, and it is I don't care, right? And so I went from being somebody you can invest into somebody that, you know what? Maybe we just have him as a fill-in. If somebody needs a day off, we'll call him in. If he wants shifts, we'll put him back on dishwashing. Right? That's how they punished me. And so it came to a point where, I needed knee surgery and stuff like that. And I got, went to the doctor, and they said, "Well, you need surgery's not for a couple weeks. Take some time off, get your leg ready, whatever." Right? So I remember that Friday. It was a Friday. It was the first Friday I had off in a while. And I remember being oh my God, I didn't know what to do with myself because I was so used to, my body was so used to moving so fast and thinking whatever. And I sat there, and I thought to myself, okay, I got knee surgery, I'm going to be gone for a few weeks, whatever. When I go back, how do you want to be? How do you want to be? You want to continue on this path of BS where you feel like people owe you, you feel like because you've been there or whatever, that gives you the right to get the leverage, so to speak, as in well, I've been here 3 months longer than him, why is he getting paid more, or why is he getting the better shifts? I hadn't earned that because I went from here to here because of my attitude. And that's what And that's what I learned was it was my attitude that was holding me back. It was listening to my father, listening to my mother. That attitude was onto me, and it was holding me back. Yes, the opportunities were there, potential was there, but it was me holding me back. That was the failure. Going back to MMA, my insecurity, my not being confident, that was holding me back from winning. Even though I had the skill to win, it was me that was holding me back. So right then and there, I took the opportunity when I was off from knee surgery to YouTube. It's like, okay, I'm gonna be the best cook coming back. I'm gonna be better than ever. When they see me, they're like, well, what happened? What kind of surgery did you have? So I started, YouTubing, like cooking stuff. And then I came across Eric Thomas, and he had a video called "What Is Your Why?" And I watched that video, and I asked myself, "What is your why? Why is it you do what you do?" First thing that came to my mind was my kids, right? It was my kids that got me through, or got me through the day and stuff like that. No, I want them to have the life that I never had. The promise I made to my ex, like my kid will not go through what I went through. Not be poor, will not struggle, not know what, being hungry is. That means I give my last dollar to make sure that they're fed, so freaking be it. Right? So I started watching stuff like that, and I started having a positive attitude, believing in myself. And then, like, to make a long story short, when I came back, I could feel the change in me. I could feel like, oh, I got this. Oh, nobody can stop me. Oh, my knees hurt. Oh, well, I can do this, man. And it was that letting go of the negativity that helped me succeed to where I went from a crap cook to something they can call on. Like I give the guy, like, hey, somebody's down. Call Richard. He'll come in. And I did, just to prove that I'm that guy. And I went from that to, when Applebee's store burned down, and being able to travel to different stores and learn from different people and put my experiences versus their area, and come out successful. That's when the confidence kept on building, and then it led to being part of, going to the headquarters of Applebee's and being a part of the reopening orientation and what it takes on us. That gave me my confidence even more, to the point where now I'm in an opportunity to be a manager and train and stuff like that. So all because of attitude is what changed my fortunes. Right. So if you have a bad attitude, or you feel like people owe you, or just whatever, like, you really, really, really have to sit down, look in the mirror, and like really dissect yourself. Like, what causes what? Each time you become an answer, you ask why, till you get to the very root. And from there, that's where you start regrowing, right? My root was, I let people tell me what to do. I let people control me, even though what they were telling me was different from what I was feeling. I let them control that. So I had to let that go. Now, letting that go, and I become kitchen manager, some store manager, part of a #1 restaurant, all that, being in the paper, radio, whatever. All because I let go of negative energy. Do not blame other people for your failure. Blame yourself, because you're the one in control, not them. Not them. You control whether they let them rent space in your head. You don't let them rent space in your head, you're gonna be fine. Just know your path. They're not running this. They're not running the same roads you are. Right? They're chasing different dreams. They may be just wanting to make it to the next paycheck. Whereas you want to own your house, or you want to own a car, or get some property, or own a business. Just gotta go through the levels. And that'd be a different video, right? So like I said, just failure is only here, right? If you got the tools, if you got the you got the talent, whatever. Bottom line is believe in yourself. Believe that you're the champion. Believe that nobody can outwork you. There's no day too long, no day too. No, wait, how do I put it? There's no day too long, no job too hard. Okay? Nobody should outwork you. If you want something bad enough, you outwork them. If you see that they're getting tired, even though you're tired, you don't show you're tired. You let them fade out. And when your boss or whoever sees you and you're still going, they're like, that's the one. And then all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. That's the secret right there. Listen, watch, and execute. You see what's around you. Excel. All right. You have a good day. Again, I'm still working on this video thing, so give me some time. The first few are going to be crappy, and the video is getting kind of long, so I don't want to bore you. But there's levels to this, and failure is the foundation. If you want to achieve other stuff, you have to figure out why you're failing. That way you don't repeat that cycle. You break that cycle, you move on. Okay? You have a good day. Talk to you soon. Bye.